Before I even say anything, let's get the losers out of here. If you're a loser with an attention span so messed up that you can't even watch a video that's specially made without any stimulation, then get out. You're not worth helping. And if you're a loser who wants everything sugar-coated, then get out, because life isn't all sunshine and rainbows. Now that the losers are gone, it's just you and me. Listen up. The fact that this video popped up for you and that you clicked on it says a lot. You're feeling lost, unhappy, and unsure of what you're doing with your life. If you can't sit down and cut out the distractions right now, you might as well leave. Come back when you are ready to give this your full attention. Save this video, send it to yourself, or share it on whatever app you use. I don't care how. Just make sure you don't forget about it, because I'm about to change your life. So, you think you're miserable, huh? Like you're no good, leading an unsuccessful life and disappointed in yourself. But deep down, you know you're not made for a life like this. You know you have what it takes. You know you can do it if you actually give it your all. And be completely honest with yourself for a moment. You also know where you're lacking. You know what you're doing that you shouldn't be, the habits and choices that have dragged you down into this pit of misery. And you know that if you don't take action and start busting your ass day in and day out, the life you deserve will slip further and further away. But let's talk about what's really going wrong. The problem is simple: working. Yeah, that's right. You want everything handed to you. Good grades, a jacked physique, money, everything. You're so lazy that you think these will just magically appear in your life without you lifting a finger. Let me give you a reality check. That ain't happening. You've been putting off your work for tomorrow for days, weeks, months, maybe even years at this point. And procrastination is like your second nature now. There's a cliche that goes, "There's no tomorrow." But this isn't just a line. It's the cold, hard truth. If you don't start working today, if you don't start working now, you never will. And when you're old, you'll look back at this time and ask yourself, why didn't I do it? I knew I had what it took, so why did I just waste my entire life? Time keeps on passing, second by second. You can never get back the time that's passed, and if you don't act, you're on your way to becoming that old man who did nothing with his life. Now, why are you stuck in this mess? Why is your life so miserable? Let's get one thing straight. Your life is miserable because you've allowed it to be. You've made excuse after excuse, and now you're buried under the weight of your own inaction. You're stuck in a rut because you've gotten comfortable with being below average. You want results, but you're not willing to put in the work. You'd rather waste your time on pointless distractions, like your phone or the latest Netflix show, than actually do something that matters. But don't kid yourself. This isn't just about your phone or the internet. It's about your lack of discipline, your laziness, your fear of failure. You're so terrified of putting yourself out there and actually trying that you'd rather hide behind a screen, pretending that you will get your act together someday. But someday is a fantasy. The reality is you've wasted days, months, maybe even years doing nothing but dragging yourself deeper into this pit of misery. And where does this path lead you? Where do you think this path ends? If you keep going like this, you're headed straight for a life of regret and failure. You're on the fast track to becoming someone who looks back at their life and realizes they've accomplished nothing. You're too scared to face the truth, so you keep running away, distracting yourself with meaningless garbage instead of confronting the hard reality that you're wasting your potential. This isn't about some far-off future. This is about right now. Where you are today is the direct result of the choices you've made. And if you keep making the same choices, you're going to end up in a place you never wanted to be. Old, bitter, and full of regret for the life you could have had, if only you'd had the guts to actually go after it. So, when will you stop making excuses? When did you start letting yourself off the hook? Was it when you first gave up on a goal because it was too hard? Or when you started procrastinating because you didn't want to deal with the discomfort of real work? Maybe it was when you started drowning out your thoughts with hours of mindless entertainment because it was easier than facing your problems head on. Whenever it started, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're here now, stuck in a cycle of avoidance and laziness. You keep telling yourself that you'll change, that you'll start tomorrow, but you've been saying that for months. And guess what? Tomorrow never comes. The only time you have is now. And if you don't get your act together, you'll be stuck in this miserable loop forever. So, how do you fix this? You need to start by cutting the crap first. Get rid of the stuff that's wasting your time. Delete those apps that are eating up your hours, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, or whatever else you're glued to. Get rid of them. You need to detox from the distractions that have been draining your energy. This isn't a suggestion. It's a must. If you can't even do that, don't expect anything to get better. You have to take back your time, and that starts by removing the garbage that's been holding you back. Next, get your priorities in order. Write down what actually matters in your life. Your goals, your dreams, the things you want to achieve. And I'm not talking about some vague list you'll forget about. I'm talking about clear, specific goals that you can break down into daily actions. If it doesn't help you reach your goals, it doesn't deserve your time. Simple as that. Develop a no excuses work ethic. You need to build a no excuses mindset. Every time you feel like being lazy, remember why you're miserable in the first place. You've wasted enough time already. Now it's time to work, and work hard. Whether it's hitting the gym, studying, or grinding on your business, you need to put in the effort every single day. No more, I'll do it tomorrow. Tomorrow is a lie you've been telling yourself for too long. Get up, show up, and do the work, no matter how you feel. Understand this. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. If you're not uncomfortable, you're not growing. Stop avoiding the hard stuff. Face it head on. The pain of discipline is nothing compared to the pain of regret. Whether it's waking up early, pushing through a tough workout, or learning something new, embrace the struggle. It's the only way you'll ever change. Create a battle plan. Not some fluffy, feel-good plan, but a battle plan. Break down your goals into steps you can act on and tackle them one by one. Plan your days down to the hour if you have to. You're going to war with your old self, and you need to treat it that way. Stay disciplined, stay focused, and track your progress. Every day is a new battle. Win enough of them, and you'll win the war. Lastly, find someone who won't let you off the hook. Someone who will call you out on your excuses and keep you accountable. If you can't find someone, then you need to be that person for yourself. Set consequences for failure and rewards for success. Make it so that staying on track isn't just an option. It's a must. Change isn't easy. You can't just say you'll change and expect it to happen. It demands a level of discipline most people can't even imagine. But if you're hungry enough, if you really want it, you'll make it happen. No excuses, no shortcuts. I can give you all the advice you need, but it won't mean a damn thing if you don't take action. You can close this video right now and go back to your old ways, remaining stuck in your misery. Or you can choose to change. Because if you don't get your act together, you'll end up as a cautionary tale, an example parents use to show their kids what not to become. Time is ticking. If you don't want to be that failure, go all out and get it done. Don't become just another example of failure. Become the example. Become the person others look up to, the one who lives in people's minds as inspiration and a role model. It's your life. Own it and make it count.